On a sunny summer's day in Brighton, I remember reading an article about a vortex to another dimension. I decided to head to town to see if anybody had heard about it or seen it.
There's a wormhole in Brighton? No, I've not heard of that.
I've seen a lot of wormholes.
In movies?
Predominantly in movies.
Mostly in movies.
Predominantly in movies.
What are you talking about?
I think there is the Illuminati, yeah. They know everything, man, if you think about that. Everything.
I think if that happened, I probably would have heard about it.
What the fuck?
Star Trek?
Star Trek, Stargate.
Yeah. Chimps?
Chimps and Interstellar.
I started to realise that we needed to get some clarification on what a vortex or a wormhole really is.
Wormholes are these exotic theoretical objects in space-time which connect two asymptotically flat regions of the universe together by creating a shortcut, like a passageway in between, which helps you connect these two regions and traverse them almost instantaneously without traveling the entire distance of space.
Struggling to find anybody that had seen the vortex, I decided to go to the one place all Brightonians know when they need to find something. And lo and behold, I was contacted by two people that came face to face with the vortex.
I've got a little dog, an Affin Pinscher called Crumble. In May 2013, I was walking the little dog along Montreal Road.
A kind of circle, and it was quite dark inside, but also there were lots of kind of spots of light and kind of glowing, and the actual circle itself was kind of, the only way I can describe it is kind of fizzing like that.
It's almost difficult to describe. It was light and swirling and shapes.
There was kind of a roaring sound as well, and then it sort of was there and fluctuating and then kind of seemed to disappear, and I sort of thought, well...
But within a couple of days it had disappeared entirely, and I'm not entirely sure if this is the council acting fast on vortexes popping up in the residential area, or if it's just coincidence. But there were definitely snakes.
These wormholes exist in space-time. They come into existence over very short periods of time, like way less than a second, and specifically collapse on themselves or because of the passage of matter. You can't even send a single photon through them successfully without destabilizing the wormhole.
If string theory is right, these are incredibly small. So in fact, people are, of course, doing experiments to try and find extra dimensions, and all you can say at the moment is that in CERN, for instance, they're probably down, these dimensions must be smaller than, say, 10 to the minus 16 centimeters or something like that. Yeah.
The things that we know for sure regarding wormholes are that they would distort the entire gravitational surroundings. Things would either keep falling in or coming out of it.
I would certainly say I was concerned that the dog was going to go straight into it.
That person and the device and all of it would get just hugely attracted to it and either fall into it, or things would just poo out of it and therefore distort the gravity field around it.
For me, where imagination lies and where reality lies, it's like so merged up, and I think maybe it's partly about exploring that as well. And I think the minute you say that, some people can kind of get turned off because they go, oh, imagination is just made up, but I'm not so sure. I kind of think that the things that we do in our imagination can sometimes affect here, and obviously vice versa.
There was a lot of, oh, you're making this up, you never saw this, and I know what I saw. But it's, whatever it was a strange and weird thing.
Essentially, if you're talking in terms of theory, it could come into existence for a brief period of time before collapsing on itself, or it could nature could find ways of stabilizing such exotic tunnels through space-time that we don't know of yet. So what happens in the future is for us to discover. But as of now, in the present, there is no way to find a wormhole or to stabilize it.
Was the vortex real? Was it imagined? Or was everybody just a little bit drunk? Either way, I wondered if I had the ability to go through into another reality where I didn't start this documentary, where you hadn't watched it. Would we take that chance? Could we take that chance?
Being able to travel forward in time is just the way it is. Apart from certain solutions of Einstein's general theory of relativity, that's all you can do. You can only travel what they call in the forward light current. There are some solutions of Einstein's equation which have what they call closed time-like loops, so you can indeed come back to yourself.